Hey everybody, it's Andy here, aka Montoliel. We're back for Vintage League and we're playing some Dimir Lurrus tonight. This is a deck I'm seriously considering for the Showcase Qualifier this weekend, and really I'm not sure whether I like the consistency of the Dimir Lurrus control versus the potency of the Esper Lurrus builds, but that's very likely where I'm going to end up, but of course there are lots of variations at this point of where I could end up landing. But that said, this is a pretty powerful deck, and it won the Vintage Challenge today, and of course has won a lot of challenges. So we're going to try it out. I'm still of the mind that Null Rod is just correct main. I'm hedging with the one bauble to be able to cycle. In the event we don't need to use the Null Rods, I like the consistency of having something like that in our deck. One of the great things about the Dimir Lurrus build is it does boast two basics, which is extremely powerful, and it's got a pretty robust counter suite in it, and we can run a couple card filtering spells like Ponders. So, yeah, sideboard, not a whole lot to say. It's a little bit of a mixed mash. You can see I'm certainly ready for colorless spells. We've got two Null Rods, three Consign, one Sabotage. I'm opting not to run ley lines here, but we've got the Crypt, the Ixalan Jailer, and Cage and Spellbomb with two Tabernacles for Bizarre strategies, and we've got the Snuff Out and Momentum Breaker as removal spells to augment our 4 Fatal Pushes main. If you haven't done so already, guys, please do like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and we're going to see you in round 1. Okay, here we go. One the die roll. It's a pretty good hand, eh? So we're going to Ancestral in the upkeep. I think I will get a basic. Actually, I know my opponent is likely to be on Jewel, so I am just going to get a non-basic. Not bad. I'd like to have found a Null Rod, obviously. There's a ring. And they're going to fight too. Okay, so obviously the Fatal Push is a card that I was hoping to be able to shuffle into my deck with my Brainstorm, but it was not meant to be. This was pretty nice getting the Sapphire here, and we're going to go after their workshop here. I mean, if they use a Metamorph to copy my Bowmaster, I guess the push is not bad. Oh, hey. That's not very nice. And a Null Rod? This will allow me to get my the sewers there, Undercity sewers, and I can flash another Bowmaster end of turn. Hardcast Force is up now, but that's not the end all be all. And it is nice having the Undercity sewers. So I think the time has passed on Spell Pierce here. I could pretend, but if that I have force up instead of playing the underground sea. But my logic is that if I draw a land and one of my bowmasters gets killed, then I can replay it immediately. Okay, well, I mean, that is a lot of damage, and I acknowledge they drew 3 cards, but so they can't really do that again. Unless one of the bowmasters is removed. Yep. And now if I draw a land, I can bowmaster the orc out of the way. Well, that's pretty good too, isn't it? They have to block my orc army. Ooh, they have something. No, they've got a what's it called? They're going to send my orc back to my hand. I would think the way that this is currently built, it's pretty good against Jewel. I like the momentum breaker because they have a number of creatures that are bombs, like Masticores. Probably can come down on a Lauren revealed here. Let's try this out. Yep, that's going to work. Not happy about this, but because Forge is kind of meh. Gonna do it now before they can ancestral me if they get a blue source up. Yep. No run. Days is actually not terrible here. I don't like that the Bowmaster feeds the Academy, but Sink to Stupor, that's the card I was thinking of. This game's definitely looking a little more precarious here, but hoping they don't do anything. Okay, I'm fortuitous that they didn't make me use my days here. Oh boy. Well, no, I can do Lurrus after. Let's take advantage of our ability to pressure our opponent here. Believe it or not, I think I have to get Bobble. I do want that. Oh, I forgot. I should have not done that there. My goodness, that's really sloppy on my part. It's 8 o'clock, and I don't usually play Magic at this time of night, and feeling a little bit tired, admittedly. Sink, yep. So we get a trade. That's totally fine. Oops. Really playing this badly, aren't I, guys? Not ideal. Not playing my best Magic here. These are all just very common sequences, but sometimes you just don't play it optimally. Magic is indeed hard. But I will put that one on the bottom because I don't want their Bowmaster getting any bigger. I mean, it's a bit awkward here, but I feel like it's just better to get the null rod going. They got a force. Okay. Pretty vulnerable here. I can't counter anything because of grid. They're not scared of a Bowmaster on my end. Thin my deck out a little bit. The tombs are shut off. They do need to sit back here. Of course, unless they find something. Yeah, that's good news for me. See if I can turn off Sinks to Stupor, Hardcast Force. Okay, a little bit of a sloppy set of lines for me, but we got there. Okay, here we are, round 2. Two cats. My hand's okay. I could spell pierce this. I will keep these. In a Lurrus mirror, as long as they're not PO, I think having the fatal push here is actually reasonably solid. Because a normal sequence beat for them to cast a creature here. There's cycling Lorem Revealed. This is a frog. Unfortunately, we don't have the mana right now to deal with that, but that's okay. Go get a swamp here. Before they draw a card, I'm going to do this. So they have Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce back. Okay, that worked out. I don't like that. Could treasure cruise here. Well, I'm not sure what's right here, taking an opportunity to cast into negation with treasure cruise here, or resolving a threat. And I think I like resolving a threat. It's been unfortunate if they have a bowmaster, but or removal. Are they going for Lurrus here? Yep. I'm going to go after their land to see if they have a bowmaster here. They do. It is a bit unfortunate, but hopefully they can't cast Lurrus here. They're doing the same to me. Basics. Not really winning this race, but that was a good draw. Now our treasure cruise hopefully will be online. Love to find a land that I can play around Spell Pierce here. I will chump block the Orc army with my Orc army. It's a lot of wastelands. Land. Yep. We'll play a frog here. I don't really like the idea of just playing into a spell pierce unnecessarily. Like next turn, we're going to draw 3 cards. We should find a land to be able to play around the Mox, hopefully. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. White. They're going for their Lurrus. Balance. Okay. Do I let my Lurrus go and keep Treasure Cruise? I don't think so. They can just cast their Lurrus. I meant to keep my Lurrus. I'm distracted by my cell phone ringing downstairs. My bad. Pretty likely to lose this now, but I guess if I find a removal spell. Yeah, big balance there. My goodness. Null Rod? No, it matters. Well, I do think I cash in on an Null Rod here. I hate to lose my mana to a wasteland, but that's just the world we're living in. This keeps them from casting a frog next turn. Null Rod was a really good draw there. Still begets the problem. I need to deal with the Lurrus, but hopefully Ancestral will draw me into something here. I still have 3 Fatal Pushes. Ooh, that's nasty. Maybe they won't wasteland me here. Okay. This all looks pretty good. I mean, obviously, I wish I had the wasteland here, but we're going to get rid of this Lurrus. I'd like to get my Undercity, but I don't think I can do that here because I need to push and Time Walk. All right. Hmm. It's not what I want. This is not the worst. Oh, that balance was just savage. Probably not gonna. I guess Fatal Push does help. They're gonna have to chump block here. I guess a frog could help out. Yeah, not enough here. I guess a Bowmaster will buy me time. All right, that was a little bit of an unforeseen loss for me. I didn't expect to be in that position. Um, I feel like Null Rod's very good in this match. We'll bring in a Spell Bomb, and I think that's just where I'll leave it. Right like that. I mean, that was about as savage as a balance as you're ever going to get hit with. But I liked the way our deck felt. We were. I really love the basic lands in this deck. Um, yeah, it's a bit awkward, but I'm going to Spell Pierce that because my Wasteland is a lot more effectual if they don't have a Mox here. Okay, sure. Flusterstorm was actually not unreasonable to draw here because if I get into a counter battle, that can clean up the battle. Try and move myself towards these treasure cruises, or probably treasure cruise right now, given my mana situation. Boy, okay. It's pretty bad for me. I found the miser strip mine against me. And they're just going for Lurrus here. I still stand a fighting chance against Lurrus, but in all honesty, it's just not a battle I can fight right now. Given my circumstances, I feel like I need to fight over Lurrus maybe, or a frog or something, like something significant. This is just going to chip slowly, like I'm not currently drawing any cards or anything. I mean, it's better than nothing. Wish it was a underground sea, or even an undercity sewers for that matter. So here comes Lurrus. The good news is that if they don't have another land, fighting over this might be really difficult for them. Get rid of the treasure cruise. Despite I don't have the dig through time mana right now. Put that one on the bottom. I mean, they are chipping away at me here. I'll do it now. Not thrilled to be brainstorming here, but I'm going to. I will not fight over it, though. Okay. Kind of brainstorm locked here. Get my other bowmaster here. Here we go. Now it's been a battle to find lands this game, hasn't it been, guys? It's a dig. And I'm not likely to win the battle over this either, which is awkward. Yep, I just have the Pierce and or Fluster and we look silly. Yeah, I mean, we just went too long without lands. I mean, my opponent's just been sitting there having a good old time laughing at me. Very frustrating to lose that match. Yeah, like just really struggled on mana. Okay, good. We got Dredge here. There's a matchup we want to see how we can do against. I'm not feeling great about it, but we are favored according to the statistics, whatever that might mean. And the good news is we won the die roll. Put one of these away. Hopefully we can fade a hollow one here. That would be nice. Hollow one is very difficult for this deck to beat. And it's one of the things that I don't like about the Dimir build is that the big creatures you can't remove. Yep. Probably takes my Pierce here if he's got a Noxious Revival, but let's see. Thank goodness they took that. All right, so that means they likely don't have a second Bazaar or they don't have one at all. Or two Noxious Revivals. Okay, Undercity Sewers. I have enjoyed having this card in my deck so far in this league. I've played a lot more Esper Lurrus than I have Dimir. It's a bit more my style. But I really appreciate the consistency of this deck from its mana base. Brainstorm was a nice draw because I'm quite happy to shuffle some of this stuff away. It's not going to happen here because I'm going to protect my Wasteland on Bazaar here. I don't want that coming back off of Noxious. I don't think they have it, but pretty easy get to Amalgam here. So we are in trouble. Double Amalgam. I might have to Brainstorm end a turn here. Sadly, I'm just too far behind. That I need to I think I need to deploy Bowmasters and Frogs next turn, not be tapping for Brainstorm. Yep. Two Amalgams now. Good news, they don't have any Dredgers. But we got to live and die by the sword here. Okay, this is not optimal. Did not find what I was looking for. Okay. It's a lot of damage coming my way. They'll be moving to manual discard pretty quickly here too, but oh no, okay. Just right off the top, they ripped one. Well, that goes about as expected. I don't expect to beat Bazaar in game one. Okay. Don't have a lot here in this deck to be able to combat this. I was looking at another player's list here when I put this together, and I just don't know how a deck like this beats Dredge. It just seems so light on hate. I look at this situation and I go, okay, like, I've got the spell bomb, but I can't protect it, and I do have to play it now because I want to be able to strip mine next turn and protect my stuff, right? So it's like, it's again, we're looking to avoid hollow ones here. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'd love to draw a card off of my spell bomb, but that's not going to happen. We need to hold up Spell Pierce at all times here. I'm just going to take this away. I don't actually know if this is right because to let them dredge and see if they find something. Here goes the revival. So we played this one smart. We played around engagement by doing it on their turn, and hopefully they don't have a force of will here. Okay. I like how we played that. A time walk here and try and move things along. They might have negation. Want to get my Lurrus going here. Mr. Lurrus is in. Now, I'm not sure how much of a hurry we're in here. They will be moving to manual discard next turn. Great draw. It's in. Come on. They were patient. Okay, they did have negation too. Okay, so they win that fight versus me, but they're quite a ways away from manual discard now. So a land is fine. Tormod's. Tabby. None of those are good. Ooh, I like that one. We can even protect it. Look at that force of negation coming in big, eh? You typically don't want force of negation in this matchup, but you get into situations like this where you can hard cast it. It's obviously reasonable, but I wouldn't say this is the norm to have 6 lands in play. So 2 more swings and we have them. If they do find a Bazaar, my Bowmaster will plunk them. So here comes a discard. And of course, we got hollow ones mopped up with Tabernacle. We could see a Sickening Shoal here. All right, well, we got one there. Going to be a little tougher on the draw with all likelihood. We'll cheat on land a little bit here. Go down to 17. Tabernacles do not count in that regard. Okay. Okay. Look, it's a bit awkward because we're not going to have mana here, but if we can stymie our opponent and draw some lands, I feel like we're in good shape. The question I have is, do we let a hollow one resolve? Probably. No dredgers there. I've changed my mind. Maybe I shouldn't have done the negation there. Wow, we just got ravaged here. My God. Be interesting to see if they take the crypt because they don't currently have anything in their yard. I would think that the Brainstorm or the Bowmaster are the better card here. But let's see. We just need to find some lands off the top. The Tabernacle would also be extremely nice here. Tabernacle would actually be wonderful. It would just buy us infinite time. Unless my opponent was to rip Bazaar, which is possible because they're top decking, they're not dredging. But I'll take that all day long. Yep, that's a really good pick. I'm going to play with the Underground Sea here. And the reason is that they have no dredgers in their yard. And they will only have one card in their hand next turn. And I want to be able to protect from a Noxious Revival. Like, my point being is I think the Bazaar is very unimpactful in this particular circumstance because I have the ability to respond with my Tormod's Crypt at will. And let's see. And now I'm in the same pattern where I might actually be able to Bowmaster them. Because I have the Bowmaster here, and they know I have it. So I think I don't have to do it. Do I just wasteland them here? Do I get? I think I can do the Bowmaster after. Maybe I should have done that proactively, shouldn't I have, guys? Oh, definitely have to hit that. I almost forgot. They have a Bazaar. Okay. We just got to survive till next turn here. I don't see any reason to attack here, or we can't really attack. If we draw land, we can protect the Lurrus. We gotta get a bit lucky here they don't go off on me too hard, but I'm going to proactively remove their yard because I don't want the Icarid coming in. This will also pump my Bowmaster if they churn. I don't really want to attack here, I'm pretty sure. But if they do, it's... Oh, that works. Yeah, yeah. Lotus is definitely solid. If I want to cast a Lotus, first thing I'm going to do is cast my... I would like to use the Gataxian Probe here, but I don't really want to pay any life. Yeah. Like, they can't really functionally attack me anymore. Okay, here we are in round 4. Alpha, Omega, and we did not win the die roll. Can we keep this hand? I don't think so. Fairly concerned about a big turn 1 play. And Dig Through Time is a fairly dead card at the moment. I think I'm going to mulligan here. This is much better. I was looking for a controlling hand here. I think I like Double Force more than the Bauble here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, oh, that was a good mulligan. Now I wish I kept that Bauble. I don't think I have to react here with Lurrus. Lurrus is not doing a lot right now. Mystical Tutor. Okay. Ancestral Recall. Yep. Not thrilled about it, but especially because they have the Saga here. Likely to sit back on their Saga given our circumstances here, but so that means they have counter magic up. Going about my business here. I acknowledge it's not very good, but okay. I'm down to one card in hand. They're going to have a number of constructs here, but I do have a Fatal Push to remove one of them. And hopefully they're just attacking in with one, and we get to remove the other one. I have a counterspell, hopefully, for their play here that they're going for. Flusterstorm is likely to be good on my turn if I untap, because they will likely made two constructs, tapping themselves out next turn. No, they could get a Lotus, I guess, off the Saga. Let's see, guys. We're still playing Magic here. These constructs are going to be a little bit tricky to battle, but yeah, they are making constructs. Okay, this should be a decent size, boys, here. Two cards in hand. Sensei's top. Yep. What would they be doing with this? I think the Flusterstorm is likely the safest thing to have here because they're showing me that they're combo. Okay, this is how we drew it up. We're going to be able to remove that construct here. And we get that life back. Well, 3 of the 4 anyways. They need to think about Bowmaster here. And I don't hate having 2 permission spells in my hand. This is maybe Tony Scapone's deck, the Beseech deck that they won the Vintage Showcase last weekend. or the qualifier anyways. Okay. Can't get through. Hopefully they do like a beseech, sacrificing one of their artifacts. I guess they're mocks. And just play into my business here. Bowmaster, Fatal Push. Null Rod is pretty good too. Shuts off two of my lands, but two of my Moxen. But I think the benefit outweighs the doubt here. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, I'll do it. If they want to counter this, go ahead. Well, I don't know why they'd counter that. It's so unnecessary. This allows me now to attack him with the Bowmaster. I think I'm going to use the worst of these cards here in the Spell Pierce and pray that they don't have a misstep. Because I think Flusterstorm will be more effectual as the game goes on. A bit scared of Urza's. Oh, they've already used their Saga. What am I talking about? We're chipping away here. The Lotus was a bad draw. I'm just going to pay the life here, and the reason is negation if I draw it, that I can cast it. They do have a recall here. Okay. And they have a flusterstorm. That's not good for me. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to react. They just let it in. Weird. Well, the Ancestral's not in their hand anymore. Ooh, Yogwell. Okay. As I said, guys, please forgive me. I'm tired. I'm not thrilled if they block here because I want to be able to hard cast negation, but demonic tutor. I will let that resolve. I wonder if they're. I don't know what they would be getting here. I can go and get a bowmaster. Attack them with everything. I don't hate it. Guess I got to get a force of will. Can't really attack here. I'd like to, but because I can't cast it, I don't really want to do that. Okay, let a brainstorm go. So they have some new cards in hand here. Null Rod has really done a lot of work. Thoughtseize. Okay, you got it. I don't know if I actually want a cage for Yogwill. They do have Hull Breachers. This is a pretty big Nombo with all the null rods. Yeah, I don't need all the null rods. Let's try this. Momentum Breaker, if anything, is just a good card to be able to take a card out of your opponent's hand, and we can cycle it with Lurrus later. Like, that was kind of what we were missing earlier in the game with that Lurrus out forever. We just didn't have any value. Yep. I mean, the issue I have here is I don't have counter magic. I'm actually going to mulligan this. I feel like our deck is just so heavy in counter magic that it's completely worthwhile to mulligan here. 2 looks at a land. Yep. Like, this null rod's going to be so good if I can ever get there. Okay, no land. Okay, we still have double force. This is not a winning strategy, but if my opponent doesn't do anything with just these artifacts out, then we're going to be in pretty good shape. Fetch land's going to give them a couple different looks here. This is not how I like playing Magic, with 0 lands in play. Unless I'm playing Bizarre and I've already got stuff going. I gotta find a land this turn, right? A blue one. Nope. I am going to put it into play just in case my opponent they pierce me. Yep, I'm not fighting over that. I obviously want to get Null Rod going, but if they're burning resources countering my stuff, that's not vital. I'm fine with that. There's a lot of top spinning going on here. 10 cards into my library, and I haven't seen a land yet. Here we go. I'm not complaining. Any land just lets me cast an all rod here, and I should be able to protect it. What I'd really like is a blue land, so I have days up. Let's see if I can get one here, guys. We did. That makes me happy. Mystical Dispute. Days just becomes really good if the null rod resolves. Okay. Yeah, now the days is pretty powerful. I could take all their lands away, but I think I'll do that next turn. What's this? And let's get her going. All right. Recall. That's a good one. So what we do, so they can't pay one for days. That's really good. We should win from here. Null rod, very good here. Taking 5 of their permanents away. Meant to get an Undercity Sewers there, but that's all right. I could dig, but I'm feeling like I'm pretty well in control here. We can take an opportunity to advance our board and get some card draw here. Opponent is not conceding, which I can appreciate. And I think that this is unlikely to work in their favor. We just have so much going on here. Yep. All right, nice win there. Felt like we were in control the whole time. Okay, here we are in round 5, guys. Won the die roll, which is nice. Like the hand, but we need a land. Now we have all the lands. Okay, Lurrus Mirror. I am going to play the Mox out because I don't. I guess I'll see if I like this here. I do like it, which allows me to not crack my land at the end of their turn. I think I'm going to flash the Bowmaster in here. I could have got a swamp, but they do have swords. They have their own Bowmaster and a misstep. That swords is very disconcerting. I'm going to go pull my Lurrus to my hand. I see they've got the Saga. They don't have a Wasteland. Do that now. My hope is that they'll. Well, we'll see. They might Bowmaster here. I'm not as concerned about that. There's the Saga. I expect a Time Walk is my guess here. Probably need to fight over it. Doing Bowmaster. No Time Walk. Blue? Okay. I mean, they have swords for me. That's the issue I have here. But, I mean, we're going to get our guy going. Hopefully we can protect it. They do have the Bowmaster here. Not much I can really do about it. I guess I can fight it. But that means I lose my Lurrus. Ah, screw it. And then Tundra comes down. They just kill my Lurrus. It's not optimal, guys, but don't hate that. In all honesty, I don't hate that either. They do have the misstep for my push, but can pull Lurrus and play it. Mm-hmm. See if I can find a flusterstorm. It's not a flusterstorm, unfortunately. I know this is going to get countered. I'm just trying to bait them into using the misstep, and then hopefully they will attack in with their Lurrus and not have an answer. Yeah, we're losing this one pretty badly. This is egregious how much they have an advantage of me. I did lose to Esper earlier, but that balance got me when I had like 4 creatures on the table, like it, and made me discard my Lurrus. Let's see what we find here. All right, let's see if we can do a little bit better here. That felt like one of the most non-games I've been in quite some time. Bring in the Spell Bomb, Momentum Breaker. Yep, I'm good. Drinking a nice glass of Chilean wine. Yeah, I mean, gonna keep it. No complaints out of me with this hand. Think I might just get basics here. Yeah. Hopefully they don't have a daze. Okay. They're gonna fetch, but I mean I'm gonna do it anyways. Wow, what peculiar timing. I don't mind having the misstep for removal on my frog. Okay. They have card advantage on me here, but an Ancestral will do that. Okay. I mean, I could pierce it again. Maybe I do that. I'm somewhat worried about a treasure cruise when they untap, but I can't really stop it anyways, so I think I am going to just do this. Okay, Ponder's not bad. Yep, big delve spell, just like we thought. Tough, man. Feel like we are losing this. I need this misstep to carry a lot of weight here, which is going to be hard. Yeah. Yep. Are you going to? Okay, they do have the Bowmasters. Demonic Tutor's one I'm not thrilled to see, but they've used their Ancestral already. Possible force, active force in their hand. Saga, yep. That's a pretty good one to get. Here you go. I'm short of mana to be able to flash my bowmasters in and take them off of. They can pay for everything here. Okay, you got me. Got 3 cards in hand, one of which is Lurrus. Just have to hope they don't have removal. Is ultimately what it comes down to. Oh no, frog. All right, well. Problem I know is my opponent has the Bowmaster. I'm going to do this now and remove their graveyard while I can. Draw a card. Mother tapped out a Bowmaster. Okay, that's what I got. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to need to get rid of that frog somehow, right? I'm dead to it next turn. Not ideal. This should facilitate a Bowmaster coming down. Let's see. They got another Bowmaster. Yeah, that's going to do it. All right, guys. I mean, decent showing. We lost to Esper Lurrus, funny enough, twice in a row, and I feel like that we should have a better matchup against Esper Lurrus than Dimir Lurrus, but deck played out pretty nice. Didn't play it super tight, but that's why we play the leagues. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Remember, hit that subscribe button. See you next time.